So I got done seeing The Flash a few hours ago. I don't even know what time it is right now. It is 2:42. I saw The Flash at 10:30 at night, Wednesday. I'll give you a big reason why I decided at 10:30 on a Wednesday to go see this movie on the big screen. As I'm hearing the news of this movie bombing at the box office and having this weird sense of, wow, that's a shame that this movie's bombing. I mean, the reviews are but audience reception still seems to be good, despite it bombing. But the main reason I want to see this freaking movie, alright? Main reason. I got my Batman anthology set. I wanted to see Michael Keaton one last time as Batman. Man is 70 years old. Batman Forever made him go, I'm done. This is not respecting the vision me and Tim Burton had for this character. I don't really like the script that Joel Schumacher's working with. I'm done. I don't like the tone. Done. From 1995, June of 1995, before I was even born, Batman Forever comes out. Batman and Robin comes out 2 years later. Batman and Robin basically kills the superhero genre. And then, of course, we all know the history from there. Blade comes out. X-Men comes out. Spider-Man 1 comes out. And brings this new era of superhero films. It basically is the adrenaline shot for this genre to come back swinging. So about 31 years later, since we've seen Keaton's Batman, what do you get? Well, you don't get a Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man No Way Home. If you want to know what the fuck I mean by that, I will tell you. Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man No Way Home showed the older Spider-Man. Not a grizzled, angry, bitter, run-down Spider-Man, but a Spider-Man who had been through some shit, who had been on the other side, who had gone through his trauma, but rose above it. Reminding us what superhero stories should make us feel. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's about perseverance through shit going wrong. You've been through some bad shit, you move through it. What does this have to do with The Flash as a whole? Keaton's Batman is shown like a hermit, like this undignified shell of his former self. With a little bit of convincing from Barry Allen, he's shown, hey, you gotta be a superhero again, buddy, because that's why you're fucking here. Then you get Supergirl, who the actress who played her was amazing. I loved this take of Supergirl. To be fair, I've never seen the Supergirl show, but I loved Supergirl in this movie. Just this beaten down character that was shown the worst of humanity. Yet through one act of kindness, one act of self-sacrifice, one act of doing the morally correct thing, she is reminded of Kryptonian culture of hope, perseverance. And of course, the shit you see in the marketing. Because Ezra Miller's a degenerate piece of shit, and we can't use them. I'm going to refer to Ezra Miller by non-binary pronouns, despite them being a piece of shit. So don't give me shit for doing that. Just want to throw that out there. So, if you were really excited, like I was, to see Michael Keaton have a better reintroduction than Tobey Maguire got in Spider-Man No Way Home, prepare to be disappointed. You were hyped to see Supergirl? Prepare to be disappointed. If you wanted a superhero movie that cost $200 million to have stunning visual effects, prepare to be disappointed. You know, I want to throw something else out there, slight tangent. People get the movie Black Widow shit all the time for this one really badly composited shot. That's one shot in a movie. Granted, a big movie like that shouldn't have a badly composited shot in the year 2021 when it came out. Because this ain't the fucking 70s or 80s anymore, where if you see bad compositing, you can give it some slack. If you're working with VFX and are a skilled VFX artist, you should be able to make shit look convincing. That's the entire point of your job, is to make shit believable. And there were so many scenes in this movie, like the beginning of the movie, where there's this big crisis in Gotham, and Flash has to go and do something, because there's like this virus that's gonna get out. This is the very beginning of the movie. I probably should have started with that, but I'm kind of out of it, and I'm just rambling right now. It's probably 4 in the morning by the time I'm recording this right now. I don't know. There's this scene where Flash has to save a bunch of babies and a nurse. And yes, it is the Flash putting a baby in a microwave meme scene. But that's just a shot put in reverse. The movie actually does give you a plausible reason as to why Flash puts a baby in a fucking microwave. 1, the microwave is unplugged. 2, it's because of the Speed Force. The Speed Force can make shit combust due to the friction or, shit like that. So he has to be really careful. He puts a baby in a microwave because he's got no other choice. So he does that, takes the baby out, baby's fine, and shit's still getting fucked up in the beginning of the movie. Oh, we see Gal Gadot one last time as Wonder Woman. Never to be seen again. Just a cameo of her helping the Ben Affleck Batman with some cringy dialogue. Then she just flies away. Bye, Gal. No Wonder Woman 3. No send-off to Ray Fisher as Cyborg because he had the balls to criticize WB and Joss Whedon. This movie felt like The Rise of Skywalker. Unlike that movie, though, where I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and even when Star Wars is bad, I can forgive it because I love Star Wars that much, and I'm that much of a fucking fanboy where I can forgive it. This movie has been in development hell, The Flash has been in development hell for 9 years. It was a mystery if this thing was even going to be made. There are rumors that it was going to be a very loyal adaptation of the Flashpoint storyline, where Thomas Wayne is Batman instead of Bruce Wayne. But they went with, hey, let's bring back Michael Keaton. Great. And then, spoilers, if you didn't read the title, let's fucking kill him. Holy fucking shit. It's like The Force Awakens started this whole trend of, let's bring back a iconic main character and kill him. Now, before I'm going to throw a caveat out there. Han Solo's death in The Force Awakens is a beautifully acted, shot, and composed scene. I'm talking about the music. That rips my soul out every time I fucking watch it. Luke Skywalker Oh my god, I've defended The Last Jedi so many times, but I'm gonna make it definitive here. Mark Hamill's performance in that fucking movie made me choke up. It ripped my heart out. It ripped my nostalgia out, and it beat the shit out of it. And I'm so thankful it did, because when we see Luke have his last stand as a Jedi, as a passive warrior, fuck, that's great. When, even though he doesn't die, he is an impactful, he's important to the story. We have Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man in No Way Home, as an older seasoned Spider-Man. And he stops Tom Holland's Spider-Man from killing Green Goblin. Not just as a way to rectify his mistake, or not being able to save Norman, but the look. It's just a look. A great actor, a good or great actor, can tell you everything, can have a dialogueless scene, and tell you everything through their eyes. You know what they say, the eyes are the window to the soul. Ironic coming from a man ranting at a camera with sunglasses, but you get the point. So, and Michael Keaton, his Batman is a more significant to superhero cinema than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Michael Keaton's Batman walked so Tobey's Spider-Man could run, is what I'm trying to get at. If Burton didn't try to bring Batman to life, if that movie wasn't successful, if that movie didn't have a good storyline, if that movie didn't have a great Joker, a great Batman, and a solid stylistic look, then I don't think we'd be in this era we're in. We wouldn't have had a Black Widow movie. We wouldn't have had an Avengers movie. We wouldn't have had a Spider-Man. We wouldn't have had an X-Men. We wouldn't have had this world, the cinematic universes, if Michael Keaton's Batman wasn't shown to us. So when you bring him back, you better not, you don't just waste it. And that's what it felt like. It felt like you wasted this golden opportunity to really explore, hey, our heroes get old. They become more bitter. They become less physically able to do the shit they could do when they were younger. But let's explore how they changed. Michael Keaton's Batman in this movie is somehow, at 70, the most acrobatic, strong, able to handle himself pretty well against a Kryptonian in his 70s. When fucking Christian Bale's Batman struggled to fight Bane. When he was in his 40s or 30s or some shit. Okay. And then you're in this loop where Supergirl just keeps dying and dying and dying. And then our main Barry has to tell the alternate timeline Barry, who becomes Dark Flash, which was kind of spoiled if you looked at the toys. And there's this weird convoluted reason because Dark Flash is in this loop trying to save Keaton's Batman and Supergirl, and he's like obsessed with it to the point where he's a crazoid. And then you have Barry correct the timeline. Why do I put quotes around that? Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention the cameos, but I'm gonna do that after this bit. Alright. Let's go to our Batman anthology again. You know who the new Batman is? So, there was an alternate ending where Keaton's Batman lived. And then he was the new Batman of the DC universe or some shit. Guess who they bring back? George Clooney. I'm not even joking. I thought, frankly, when the ending was George Clooney's Batman, I'm like, okay, psych. Why would you bring back George Clooney? But then it made total sense. So they had Keaton. Val Kilmer's health is fucked beyond all reason. I think he's recovering from cancer, or has been for some time, or maybe he's got cancer, so he can't come back to be Batman. So they bring back George Clooney. Why couldn't they bring back Christian Bale? Well, Christian Bale was offered to come back to this movie, but he was afraid of potentially soiling the legacy of the Nolan trilogy. And after I've watched this movie, I frankly can understand why Christian Bale was not in this fucking movie. Not even in the post-credit scene. Not even as, oh my god. Now I'm pissed. More so. If the ending was that Christian Bale is the new Batman, that would have been cool as fuck. What would cause him to become Batman again? I don't know. I don't care. I would have much rather have seen Christian Bale than George Clooney. Not that Clooney's a bad actor. Not that Clooney couldn't redeem himself as Batman. But it's like they weren't even trying. Like, his look as Bruce Wayne just felt off. So on to the cameos. I think I brought these out because I had shit to say, but visual aid and shit, but no, I don't have any reason. So, one of the cameos they brought in was, and they cut back this many times through their bastardized VFX, so they bring back Christopher Reeve's Superman from the dead. And they also bring back Supergirl, like Helen Slater as Supergirl, to give us the Superman-Supergirl duo we never got, which adds another layer of confusion to the continuity of that universe. Like, okay, so let me get this straight. So is this like I'm gonna ramble really quick. So is this like a split timeline thing, where in one universe you have it as Superman, Superman 2, Superman 3, Supergirl, then Superman 4? Like, is that all one thing? And then there's a diverging path where it's Superman the Donner Cut, and Superman Returns, along with the stuff we saw in the CW. Because I'm assuming that's how it's got to be. Because, I don't know about you, but I think we all wanted to believe that Christopher Reeve's Superman and Keaton's Batman were somehow connected. Right now, I am in nerdy overthinking territory, but fuck it, I'm gonna just go with it. Okay. So, if George Clooney's Batman, does that mean the Batman anthology shit is still canon? And where's Robin? Or is it a completely new timeline? Which, if that's the fucking case, why didn't you just get a Batman a la Christian Bale who had no Robin? I don't know why. I was expecting they were going to throw a line to Robin in here. But man, I was just wishing they would have had Chris O'Donnell come back as a 50-something-year-old Nightwing. Like, that would have been so cool. Him helping his Batman or Keaton's Batman. Like, hinting that all that shit is canon. Like, most of it. Like, the cool shit. But no Chris O'Donnell coming back as Robin. Not even a cameo. So the other cameos they had were Nicolas Cage as Superman. Which made me just really want some animated adaptation of that storyline as like a straight-to-DVD movie. You know, movies like Spider-Verse do the multiverse brilliantly. They actually explore what happens when a hero gets older. No Way Home does the same thing. Vaguely, it dives into that. But even with that vagueness, you still get the sense that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man have lived a life. Keaton's Batman, you get a vague mention. There's nothing. There's no lines of dialogue for Keaton to be like, I fell in love twice, and then she died. That could have hinted to Vicky Vale. That could have hinted to Selena Kyle. He could have even done some shit where he's had to bury a few Robins. That Gotham's safer in this timeline, but there were lives lost. In Batman's war on crime, you know, what war doesn't have casualties? That could have been a reason why he retired. But now he's like, oh, Gotham's safe, I'm done. I'm gonna go nuts now. Now granted, that universe just fucking dies, so it doesn't matter. Which may also imply that the universe of the Keaton Batman movies is dead, unless, oh my god, unless every single event that happened in Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin all happened and the Flash movie just recontextualizes. Oh, I'm giving myself the worst fucking headache imaginable. You know what was great about No Way Home? After I saw that movie, I did not have this type of headache. When I saw Multiverse of Madness, didn't have this type of headache. When I saw Spider-Verse, didn't have this type of headache. Like, those movies hint that there's a larger, you know, space outside the world of our main hero or the current iteration of a universe. Oh, The Flash just feels like such a huge misstep. This is a movie that was hyped up to be one of the best superhero movies ever. What the fuck? I should have waited for streaming. I paid $13 to see this fucking movie. $13. Because I wanted to see the Batman that I watched at my grandparents' house on an old TV on the big screen. They really hyped this movie up more as a Batman movie than a Flash movie. Because Ezra Miller's a piece of shit, as we've established. I will give this movie another shot. I'm wondering why the hell I wasted my time with this thing. I am looking at my entire movie collection and going, I could have seen anything down here. There are so many movies I haven't watched down here that I could have watched, and I saw The Flash. I could have waited for streaming, but no, I wanted to waste my money on a movie that's bombing. This might be harsh, but this thing kind of deserves a bomb. This fucking movie doesn't feel like a breath of fresh air, or something that could end the DC EU on a high note. This feels like nostalgic, pandering clusterfuck. Instead of being a celebration of the film legacy of DC, it's like, oh fuck, here's a CGI Christopher Reeve. Here's a CGI George Reeves. If you don't know who that is, that's the actor who played Superman in the 50s. Who I completely forgot about this. Who killed himself because he saw no future in his career, and he blamed Superman for that, or partially for that. He was extremely depressed, and his story's extremely tragic. You have a blink and you miss it cameo by Adam West's Batman, which was kind of cool. You had the Nick Cage Superman thing, which I mentioned. I mean, the CGI in this movie. Oh my god, the CGI. This movie is in 2023, right? What in the 2000s uncanny bullshit were these special effects? I really gotta sit on this movie. I think I need to go to bed, because I'm getting such a headache. The more I think about this thing, the more the headache, like the worse this headache gets. If this is hyperbole, I don't care. This might be as bad as Ant-Man Quantumanium. Like, Ant-Man 3 was lame, but whatever. This movie brought Michael Keaton back and wasted it. How the fuck do you do that? Well, this movie did it. Better seeing that movie for free via streaming than wasting $13. Live long and prosper and have a nice day.